like to call this meeting to order. Would someone move item 1.02 to approve the agenda?
Move it.
Second.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No, Mayor.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed and abstentions? Passed 600. In the event of an emergency, our evacuation procedure is there are doors at either end of this room. Please choose one door or the other and move out and away from the building. Would you now join us in the pledge to our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. No one signed up this evening for public forum. Would someone move item 1.06 to approve the April 26th meeting
Move it.
minutes?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed and abstentions?
Abstain.
Pass 501. Are there any questions with regard to President's report on upcoming events? And I would bring your attention to the May 24th Central New York School Board's annual dinner. You need to let Mrs. Perry know if you plan to attend. And I don't know what is the date on here you need to know by Mrs. Perry?
I don't think so. I don't think it is.
Okay. I would suggest, to be fair, if you could let her know by I would think the 20th at the latest. The event's on the 24th. I would think they'd need to
I'll
know
look into that since.
the sooner that, yeah, okay. That's even better. Mrs. Perry will let us know what the deadline is. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our Area 5 Director, representing us at New York State School Boards Association, William Miller. And I should let you know that William Miller is a past president of NISBA.
And you're in trouble, because I'm going to shoot right from the hip.
Go.
First of all,
I'm
I
used to
would
it.
say my condolences on behalf of the New York State School Boards, our director, executive director, and our president for the losses that they had here this week. And it's very, very hard to deal with those. Oh, now I'm on. It is very hard, and, you know, different segments of your kids take things differently, and you just have to know how to deal with them and bring in the right people. So, you know, our condolences, and hopefully you guys can work through this with your kids and get back to close to normal as possible. We are, just a little bit of news, is that the convention this year is out in Buffalo, but then it moves to New York City for 2 years, and it's going to be switched. Instead of the front side of the weekend, it's going to be put on the back side, so it's going to be like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday versus Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that was due to another huge convention that's going to be in New York City the weekend we would be there. And our staff just felt, hey, we can move this now, and it'll be better for our people, and you're not going to have a whole thousands of other people, you know, to have to contend with. So that's the plans for the convention this year. My main purpose for being here, Robin and I have been here for years and years and years friends. I can't tell you how many different places we've been, Washington, D.C., all of the conventions, some of the meetings out in Syracuse. Sorry to see you leave. I think that you really are one of the best board members I've known. You always do your homework. You always fight for the just and right cause. And you just, you're always on top of everything. And it's just, it's hard for me because I've known you for so long that to be able to say goodbye.
27 years, Bill.
Yeah, I know, it's been a while.
Yeah.
You know, I know our executive director and our president are very much aware of your length of service, and, you know, everybody feels the same way. when you lose a board member who's able to project what we stand for at New York State School Boards and how we do things. And to even tell us when we're not doing something we ought to be doing, or we're not doing something right. But Robin, you've always been the one to be there, and nobody's ever criticized you for your thoughts or ideas or anything else. And, you know, it doesn't mean I won't keep calling you.
Well, please keep calling me and keep me up to date. And please share my best wishes to everyone back at NYSBA. And then you know all the people I'm really close to. Give Barry a good jab across the back for me. And Bill, it's been a pleasure working for you. NYSBA's a fine organization. It's been very helpful in a lot of aspects in this district, starting with going back 27 years ago and constructing policies.
Yep.
Because we didn't have any. So it is an organization that has a lot of value, and I hope that my colleagues will continue to take advantage of what you have to offer and help make your job a little easier and sometimes a little fun. So I thank you for coming for that. I'm shocked. I thought you were coming to do a report on NYSBA.
No, I wanted to come to your last meeting, but my calendars are so plugged with, we're hiring a new DS. Ours is leaving in September, and my calendar looks just like a nightmare for meetings because we haven't even got to the interview process yet. That starts next week. So I didn't want to miss the chance to be able to come here and tell your colleagues, you know, you're really going to miss a great person. And, you know, she's just been wonderful, and I can only thank her for that.
We're good.
So.
But thank you, Bill, and again, keep working on behalf of our kids here in New York State, and not just here, but across the nation. Bill, you've been very instrumental in attending a lot of the national school board events and making sure that issues here in New York State are heard and having those hard discussions, because one thing that I realized being part of NYSBA, going to Washington and being involved with every state in the union, I have to say, it's an eye-opening experience because you realize just how hard it is to get legislation passed anywhere, because our needs are not always the same from community to community, even though we share the same great nation. So thank you for those efforts and having those conversations on the behalf of students in New York State.
I will. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bill.
And I just want to give you a hug and say thank you.
You just want to make me cry. Okay, so the next piece of business we have is our superintendent. It's that time for his evaluation. So I have a timeline, and tomorrow you should receive in your email the tool to do the evaluation. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, and I will do my best to help you. And that review needs to be completed by May 23rd. By May 17th, and on May 23rd, we'll have an executive session to review all of the results together as a board with Superintendent Polvino. So if you have any questions, I can take any right now, if you have any right now. If not, if they come to you later, please feel free to reach out. We all good? Okay, I'm going to turn this evening over to Superintendent Polvino.
Well, good evening, everyone. I wanted to start off just expressing my thanks and gratitude to this entire community. This is a time where no school district ever wants to face what we've been facing, the loss of two just amazing young lives. And I want to make sure that I would thank everybody that's just been there around every corner. Our students have just been amazing as they tried to process through this, and our families and our staff and our community members and districts reaching out to us and other partners throughout the community. It's absolutely amazing how everybody's come together to support one another. And I want to thank everybody for being here for one another and supporting one another on a daily basis. And I want to make sure that, I bring up that I want to make sure that we keep in our thoughts and in our hearts the Bartlett family, the Niver family, and the Strickland family. We actually have grandchildren here as well. So those three families, to keep them in our hearts and thoughts as we move forward. days or weeks, months, and years. This will forever shape who we are as a community, and it's truly been a heart-wrenching week. And I just I want to express that, so thank you to everybody coming together. Second, it's Teacher Appreciation Week. I want to acknowledge we have an amazing staff. And reflecting on our Fulton City School District teaching staff, these are some of the words which come immediately to mind: talented, courageous, resilient, intuitive, exception, hardworking, thoughtful, dedicated, dynamic, caring, impactful, and my favorite, fabulous. New days bring great accomplishments, and they also bring new complex challenges. In every instance, our Fulton City School District teachers rise to the occasion to make a positive difference. They really work so hard, and we've seen that this week once again, rising to the occasion to provide the best supportive environments that we can during these difficult times. So I want to thank you for the efforts and the energy you've contributed to make each day special for our students. I want to thank you for taking risks and keeping your focus on what is best for our students. And I want to thank our teachers for helping to prepare our students for a bright and promising future. You make working in the Fulton City School District a very special place, and I just want to extend that to my teachers and to the students. It's a pleasure serving with you each and every day. So with that, I'm going to move us into the next part. Just a reminder about our budget season is rapidly approaching. A week from today is our big day, so just a couple of reminders for our community. You'll see up on the screen this evening, it's on our website as well, just that we have two new district voting sites or polling locations. One has been our traditional War Memorial, and for the west side, and on the east side, we're using the Fulton Community Center, and that's located over on First Street. So again, if you have any questions about that, please contact our office and we can help you through that. So that's an exciting time. We've got a number of different pieces of information out there in the community. The budget newsletter should be arriving in your mailboxes if it hasn't already. It should be there any day. The website is up to date and has lots of information. We've got postcards that went out with this information actually around the polling that had gone out a couple weeks ago when we announced the budget forum. For those of you that want to hear our budget forum, there's a link on the website for that, for the capital project forum. That's also on, so you can actually watch those pieces of information. You're going to be voting on the budget, the $84 million budget, with 0% tax levy increase. We're going to be doing, there's a vehicle purchase on there for you to consider, 3 vehicles, a minibus and 2 7-passenger vans, a capital project proposition to do work at all of our schools as well as the athletic complex and the education center. The capital reserve fund that will be up for as a proposition, our Fulton Library funding proposition, the election of 3 individuals to the Board of Education, and the election of 2 individuals to the Fulton Library Board of Trustees. So there are 7 different areas that you're going to be voting on for our public when they do that. So again, if there's any questions, please, as board members, funnel them to us, the business office, or to the superintendent's office, and we can answer any questions that come up. And we often put those out there as well, as far as if there's a real good question, you're like, wow, we really get, we'll add that to our website as well. And we want to make sure that people have every question that they need answered. So if you're getting any questions from community members, please let us know. Are there any questions about that? It's hard to believe it's a week away. Okay.
Good.
And finally, the last part of the superintendent's, something that I know you continue to have us work on. We tried something different. We put together a very short 3-minute video on the capital project with a bit of highlight. So I just want to show that. I know we're going to live stream. We're going to stream it on the website during this live stream as well, so you can see it out there. It'll also be, and it is, on our website. Dr. Gleason.
Hello, this is Superintendent Brian Plovino. I'd like to take this opportunity to provide highlights from our most recently completed capital project and introduce the proposed elements for our next 2023 capital improvement project, which you will be voting on May 16th, 2023. Since late fall, our athletic teams have been using the newly turfed complex and renovated track. All are brightly lit by our new field lighting systems. In addition to the work completed at the complex, several of our buildings benefited from new parking lots with improved lighting, sidewalks, driveway upgrades, windows, doors, and other exterior and interior renovations. In preparing for the proposed 2023 capital improvement project, our district facilities and maintenance teams, along with the help of King & King, our architects, conducted buildings condition survey to determine district infrastructure needs that would help support the overall work of our learning community. The collaboration between our staff and King & King helped in discovering over $40 million in needs ranging from building infrastructure, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and security. Our allowable maximum debt limit provides up to $20 million to assist in meeting these needs. At Fairgrave Elementary, the front steps, bathrooms, windows, and building security were identified as critical, high-priority items. Granby Elementary will benefit from parking lot improvements, pool upgrades, other infrastructure repairs, and security upgrades. Lanigan Elementary will also receive security upgrades as well as mechanical and plumbing repairs. Volney Elementary is identified as needing various plumbing and mechanical renovations as well as security and playground improvements. Junior High is planning to receive new windows, security updates and upgrades, elevator modernization, and other critical mechanical and infrastructure repairs. G. Ray Bodley High School's proposed work includes parking lot reconstruction, gymnasium bleacher replacement, structural improvements, auditorium stage lighting, and additional security, mechanical, and infrastructure renovations. The proposed work at the athletic complex includes a new grass field drainage system, dugouts, signage, and other related upgrades. And lastly, the plan includes mechanical and infrastructure work at the 4th Street Education Center. And finally, on May 16th, 2023, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., you'll have the opportunity to vote on the capital improvement proposition as well as other propositions that on the ballot. Those include a capital reserve fund, board members elected to our Board of Education, of which there'll be 3 this year. You'll also have the opportunity to vote on the Fulton Library budget as well as the Fulton Library's Board of Trustees. There will be 2 voting locations this year. Those locations are on the east side and the west side of the river. One is if you live on the west side of the river, you'll have the opportunity to vote at the Fulton War Memorial. And if you live on the east side of the river, you'll be voting at the Fulton Community Center. I look forward to working with you and for you in 2023 and 24. Thank you.
The other piece we have, and then we'll have it over by the door, is we worked with our architects as part of the project, so we've got these available at every school that outlines the work at each of the sites. So these will be available, and we'll also be posting these as we walk out to the stadium, things like that over the next few weeks. And with that, that's the conclusion of the superintendent's report.
Thank you. Would someone move item 4.01 to accept our financial reports? Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Passed 600. Item 4.02 to accept our budget transfers.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Passed 600. Item 4.03 to accept a donation from the Lanigan Parent Group. Any discussion? I'd just like to express my deepest gratitude to the Lanigan Parent Group for stepping up and helping out the junior high with Career Day. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And abstentions? Passed 600. Item 4.04 to accept a donation from the Granby Parent Group. Any discussion? I'd like to thank the Granby Parent Group for also stepping up to help out with the junior high Career Day. I'm sure it was greatly appreciated. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Passed 600. Item 4.05, to accept a donation from the Volney Parent Group.
Second.
Any discussion? And again, my appreciation to the Volney Parent Group for also stepping up and helping out with the junior high career day. It's great to see our elementary schools supporting our students at the junior high level. If there's no other discussion, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed and abstentions? Passed 600. Item 5.01, to approve the recommendations from the Committee on Special Ed.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Passed 600. Item 6.01, to approve the listed policies.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Passed 600. Would you like to batch items 7.01 through 7.12, our personnel resolutions? Pardon, oh, you can't, okay. How about we'll batch 7.02 through 7. I'll do that next. 7.1, 7.01.
Move it.
Is there a second? Oh, okay. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed and abstentions? Pass 501. Now, would you like to batch items 7.02 through 7.12?
Second.
Any discussion on any of those resolutions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed and abstentions? Pass 600. This brings us to the board forum. Mr. Connors, would you like to start?
Sure. I would just like to, again, reverberate thanking the community for coming together in a hard time. You know, these things are tragic, but, you know, sometimes in the darkest moments, we can come together and do things that we might not have done otherwise. So I want to look at the positive in the situation and just say continue to be there for each other. And for Teachers Appreciation Week, just, you know, again, thank the teachers for everything they do and being there for all these students right now when they're looking for guidance in their lives.
Thank you. Mr. Crandall? Microphone.
I want to say thank you for our teachers.
Get closer.
I wanted to, it was good to see Bill. Haven't seen him since the convention. And that's it.
Thank you. Mrs. Papalardo?
It's been a hard week, and I just want to extend my gratitude for all of our staff and everyone helping with the kids. And I'm just so sorry that this happened to our community, and that's it.
Thank you, Mrs. Papalardo. Mrs. Abelgore? Yes.
I want to start by saying thank you to our teachers for all you do inside and outside of our classrooms. You are what our students need in the good times and the bad, and we really appreciate you. So thank you, and I want to also throw out there that the Fulton Booster Club is doing their second Raider Run. It's a 5K walk or run on June 11th. This year, not only in person, but you also can do it virtually if you can't make it on June 11th. Sign-ups are on the Fulton Sports Boosters Facebook page. We also have put it on the Fulton City School District's Facebook page. And is it my understanding that it is or will be on the district website, Mr. Lisi? Dr. Lisi?
It is.
It is on there now? So you can go in and sign up. Mrs. Nicholson just told me today that they have their first corporation sponsorship. So Hudamaki is sponsoring a team. We would like to put a plug in there for Any club or sports team, to get as many of your club or sports members to sign up under your team. There will be awards for the biggest team for corporate sponsorships and also an award for the biggest club or sports team. You also can run by yourself, you can walk, you can do it as a family. It's a great opportunity to come together as a community in a real positive light to make, they're raising funds to help our senior athletes have the best year that they can in their senior year. So that's something if you're interested. June 11th, hopefully we'll see lots of our kids there as well. I heard the Fulton youth soccer team might also be running. So get your youth sports kids out there as well. And I just want to say thank you very much for everything that our school district and our community has done for our families this week who are suffering. And sometimes people say a lot about Fulton, but we really are a strong community. And I'm just thankful to be part of this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Mainville.
Is this really your last meeting, Robin?
No.
Oh, okay.
He
I didn't
just
think
came
it was.
Yeah.
I heard him say this is your last meeting. I'm like, wait,
No, I'm
what
not
did I
going
miss?
anywhere.
Okay.
Not yet.
I didn't, that's what I thought, but it's been a long week, for sure. I'd just like to piggyback on what everybody else has said about Fulton. I know that a lot of people who live in Fulton have very strong roots here. And I am so very proud that I moved here. My kids go here. We have our ups, we have our downs, but what I've honestly never seen anything like the kids in the community coming together, showing just strength, compassion, and love for one another. So if there's anything good we could take out of this just gut-wrenching tragedy, it would be to please just remember how strong we are together. So thank you to our teachers who have been at the forefront, all of our administrators. We're truly Fulton strong, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you.
I too am filled with great appreciation for all of our staff, our teachers, our administrators, our support staff, special appreciation for our counselors because they've had to do double time or triple time or however much time. It's more than normal, and even normal can be a heavy load. And the support for our three families, and our community is wonderful in the way that you describe, the rest of you. This community does come together when times are tough, and it's something that we need to appreciate more and remember more when we're debating issues, that at the end of the day, this community cares very much for its community members. It's been a very hard week for this school district. I would also just point out we've lost an employee this week, and we also, for me, a former employee also passed away this week, so it's been a very tough week for a lot of people in this school district community, as well as the greater community. And I hope that, well, I know that they've been in my prayers, and everyone around this table, I'm fairly certain of that, for the people I've talked to. So we continue to do what we need to do, and you're right, Fulton's very strong, and we need to hang on to that strength and hang on to one another and continue to support one another through the upcoming days. I want to say thank you because of Teacher Appreciation Week. Our teachers do so much more than just teach. It's the job is more than just teaching, and I don't think some people appreciate how big the job is, how much more there is to being a teacher than just standing in front of a class lecturing, but helping children to learn and to realize their potential. And I witnessed a thing today where students of many different ages celebrated a teacher for all that she did on her retirement of 40 years. And they went back and talked about how she helped each of them realize their potential. And it reminded me that that's what teachers do. and we don't often give them the credit for that. And I want to go on the record tonight that we need to remember and appreciate every time a teacher helps a child realize their full potential into adulthood so that they live happy lives. And so with that, we come to the second public forum. If there's anyone that wishes to address the board, now's the time. Going once, twice. We have no takers. So if someone would move item 9.01 to adjourn this meeting? Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and abstentions, passed 600. I will see you in a couple of weeks. Stay safe. Take care. Don't forget to vote.